Welcome to the discussion on a numerical problem on Pelton turbine from previous KTU examination. This is from module 1. This is the question. The water fed from Idukki reservoir to Moolammattam powerhouse is 6 meter cube per second at a total head of 250 meters through a single penstock of 500 meters long. The turbine has 4 Pelton wheels with 2 nozzles each. The efficiency of power transmission through the penstock is 90% and overall efficiency is 85%. The coefficient of velocity for each nozzle may be assumed as 0.95 and the friction factor as 0.02. Determine the power output of the plant, diameter of each nozzle and the penstock diameter. Assume that all nozzles have same diameter. Assume radial outlet, that is radial discharge at exit. Actually, this is a problem where we do not require any help from the velocity triangle. So this data, radial outlet or radial discharge at outlet, actually does not contribute to the solution. So here we have the diagram of a Pelton turbine with 2 nozzles. So 4 such similar turbines are there in the hydropower plant mentioned. The total head is 250 meters. In fact, this is the gross head from which we have to find out the net head available at turbine inlet for producing useful work. From the gross head, you can deduct the head loss due to friction during the flow through the penstock. The penstock pipe is 500 meters long. See, the overall discharge or the total discharge handled is 6 meter cube per second, and that discharge is conveyed to the power station from the reservoir through a single penstock. Diameter of the penstock pipe, that also we have to find. Now we will consider the data. The total discharge is 6 meter cube per second. The total head or gross head, that is 250 meters. We can denote it by H suffix G. We know that the net head for producing useful work is given by H is equal to Hg minus Hf, where Hf is the loss of head due to friction in penstock pipe. Efficiency of power transmission through the penstock, that is given. From our mechanics of fluid lessons, we know that the efficiency of power transmission through pipes, see, that is actually power available at the outlet of the pipe divided by power available at inlet to the pipe. So how do you find out the power available at the outlet? That is rho Q G into the head available at the outlet. Then power available at the inlet will be rho Q G into H available at the inlet. Therefore, the power available at the outlet will be rho Q G into capital H divided by at the inlet rho Q G H G. You can get this rho Q G will be cancelled, so it is simply the net head divided by gross head. Then what is net head? Net head is gross head minus the frictional head loss. Then that divided by gross head, that will give you the efficiency of power transmission through the pipe. When you simplify this expression, you will get 1 minus Hf by Hg by distributing the denominator. So here 1 minus Hf by Hg, that is given as 0.9, that is 90%, and where Hg or gross head is 250 meters. So of course you can then find out what is the head loss due to friction during the flow through the penstock pipe. So 1 minus Hf by Hg is 90%, that is 0.90, and from which you can find out Hf by Hg as 1 minus 0.90, that is 0.10. See, this simply conveys the fact that efficiency of power transmission is given as 90%. So that means 10% is lost as head loss due to friction. So out of the total head 250 meters or gross head 250 meters, 10% is lost as head loss due to friction. So remaining 90% is available for producing useful work. So if you take 10% of this 250 meters, you will get 25 meters. See, that itself is your head loss due to friction during the water flow through the penstock pipe. So that definitely means the net head available for producing useful work, capital H, is equal to 250 minus 25, that is 225 meters. Now, the coefficient of velocity, you can assume that it is 0.95, that is given in the question for each nozzle. So what is the use of coefficient of velocity? Coefficient of velocity for the nozzle we can utilize in finding the actual velocity of the jet coming out of the nozzle. Now each turbine has 2 jets and we have 4 such turbines. Now actual velocity of the jet V1 is equal to CV into root of 2gh, where the theoretical velocity of the jet is given by velocity of efflux root of 2gh. This h is equal to 225 meters. So we can now find out the actual velocity of flow through a single jet, that is same for all the jets. So V1 is equal to CV into root of 2gh, that is 0.95 into root of 2 into 9.81 into 225. If you calculate this, you will get actual velocity as 63.12 meter per second. This is the actual velocity of the water jet. It is not equal to the velocity of water flow through the penstock. Now we will be in a position to find out the diameter of each nozzle or diameter of the jet. How can you find out that? Here the discharge handled by each Pelton wheel you can get from the total discharge. Total discharge is 6 meter cube per second and we have 4 such turbines, 4 such Pelton wheels. Therefore, discharge handled by each Pelton wheel will be 6 divided by 4, that is 1.5 meter cube per second. Now again, the discharge handled by each Pelton wheel, let it be capital Q, that is equal to number of jets multiplied by discharge through a single jet. The discharge through one nozzle or discharge provided by one jet, that is designated by small q. Here the number of nozzles, we know that n is equal to 2. The discharge through a single jet or discharge through one nozzle is equal to area of the nozzle multiplied by the actual velocity of flow through the nozzle or actual velocity of the jet. Where d is the diameter of the nozzle or the jet, we can write pi by 4 d square into V1 as the discharge through one jet or discharge through one nozzle. So when you find small q, discharge handled by the turbine, one Pelton wheel divided by number of nozzles, you will get discharge through one jet or discharge through one nozzle, that is equal to 1.5 divided by 2. So it is 0.75 meter cube per second. Now pi by 4 d square, area of cross section of the jet or the nozzle multiplied by actual velocity of the jet is equal to the discharge through the single jet. So pi by 4 d square into V1 is equal to 0.75. So pi by 4 d square into V1 is 63.12 meter per second. So if you substitute that, then you will get the diameter now. So the diameter of each nozzle you can find out as 0.123 meters. That means 123 millimeters. Please verify these numerical calculations. Now the second part of the question, we have to find out the power output of the plant. That means here we have 4 Pelton wheels in the plant. So we have to find out the shaft power produced by all the 4 Pelton wheels. So overall efficiency, we know that it is the ratio of overall output to overall input. that is the shaft power from 4 Pelton wheels in this case divided by the overall water power input. What is the overall water power input? It is rho Qg into the net head H. So here the discharge Q is 6 meter cube per second. We will find out the total discharge handled by the entire plant. That means all the 4 Pelton wheels together. And here the net head is 225 meters. So the overall efficiency is given as 85%. So therefore, the shaft power from 4 Pelton wheels or the power output of the plant, let's denote by capital P, is equal to overall efficiency into the total water power input. So overall efficiency multiplied by rho QGH. Overall efficiency is 0.85 into rho density of water 1000 kilogram per meter cube. The total discharge is 6 meter cube per second. G is 9.81 meter per second square and the net head is 225 meters. So when you take the product, you will get the overall output from the plant in watts. That is 1,12,56,975 watts. Better to express this in megawatts or kilowatt. Let's convert this into megawatt. Divide this by 10 raised to 6 will give you 11.257 megawatt approximately. That is the overall output of the plant or the total shaft power produced by all the 4 Pelton wheels in this hydroelectric power plant. Now the third part of the question, we are asked to find out the penstock diameter. Let us denote it by small d suffix p. We know that the overall discharge or the total discharge that is coming through a single penstock. So therefore, the total discharge Q is equal to area of the penstock pipe multiplied by the average velocity of flow through the penstock pipe. Remember, this average velocity of flow through the penstock pipe is not same as the actual velocity of water coming out of the nozzle. That is many times more than this average velocity of flow through the penstock. Or in other words, Vp will be very much less than our actual velocity of the jet V1. So AP into Vp is equal to the total discharge, that is 6 meter cube per second. Now the frictional head loss in the penstock, we have evaluated it already, that is 25 meters. That's why we have written net head as 225 meters. Out of the total gross head, that is 250 meters, 25 is lost in friction while flowing through the penstock. Now we can use Darcy's equation to find out the diameter. In fact, we will frame two equations and then we will solve them because we have two unknowns. The velocity of flow through the penstock pipe V suffix P and the diameter of the penstock pipe D suffix P, both are unknowns. So we require two equations. One is this Darcy's equation and the other one is this continuity equation format. Q total is equal to area of the penstock into average velocity of flow through the penstock. What you can do? HF is equal to 4FL V square by 2GD. That is the famous Darcy's equation for finding out the head loss due to friction in pipe flow, where F is the Darcy's coefficient of friction. And 4 times Darcy's coefficient of friction is equal to the Darcy's friction factor. Let's denote it by F suffix F. And Darcy's friction factor, here it is given to be equal to 0.02. Length of the penstock pipe, that is 500 meters. When you apply this Darcy's equation in the case of flow through penstock, we can represent the equation like this. FF, that is the friction factor, that is 4 times Darcy's coefficient of friction multiplied by the length of penstock pipe L suffix P. V suffix P is average velocity of flow through the penstock. D suffix P is the diameter of the penstock and G is the gravitational acceleration. So HF is equal to FF L suffix P into Vp square divided by 2G D suffix P. And here length of the penstock pipe 500 meters, Darcy's friction factor is 0.02, velocity of flow through pipe, average velocity of flow through the penstock pipe, that is unknown, diameter of the penstock pipe, that also we have to find out, and the head loss due to friction is 25 meters of water. When we substitute all these available values in this equation, we will get an expression like this. See, Vp square is equal to 49.05 times diameter of the penstock pipe, because Vp square and dP, they are the unknowns in this equation. Now the second option for us, we can have an equation for the velocity of flow through the penstock pipe, average velocity, and the diameter of the penstock pipe from the discharge equation also. That is area of the penstock multiplied by the velocity of flow through the penstock average velocity, that is equal to 6. That is pi by 4 dP square into Vp is equal to 6. Remember, 6 is the total discharge in meter cube per second. So from this you can get an expression for Vp. So Vp is equal to 7.63944 divided by dP square. Let it be equation number 5. We have already obtained a relation between Vp and dP by using Darcy's equation. That is Vp square is equal to 49.05 times dP. Now substitute the value of this Vp given by equation 5 in equation 4. So Vp square, that is 7.63944 divided by dP square. Now square of that, because on the left hand side we have Vp square, that is equal to, on the right hand side, 49.05 times dP. Now we are in a position to find out the value of dP, because the only unknown left in this equation is the diameter of the penstock pipe, that is D suffix P. So if you simplify this equation, you will get 58.361 is equal to 49.05 times dP raised to 5, from which you can evaluate what is dP. Therefore, the diameter of the penstock pipe, D suffix P, you will obtain as 1.035 meters. Please verify these calculations. With this, I wind up this short session. Thank you so much.